Hi. I'd like to respond to Noelle and Tessa's comments about the original post regarding ethnocentrism. I thought it was interesting that Noelle picked up on the fact, I'm Becky. I thought it was interesting that Noelle picked up on the fact that ethnocentrism is broader than color, and that the colorblind question doesn't really cover the whole problem. And I thought that was consistent with what our authors talked about. They were saying that culture, your own culture, is sort of natural and correct, and that you would think other people's would be unnatural, invalid, or incorrect. That being the definition of ethnocentrism that the text uses. And that goes right to what Noelle was saying, that there's lots of reasons you can think people are unnatural and incorrect that doesn't have anything to do with color. I agree with the first proposal on the prompt. That is that if you don't acknowledge that you notice things like color, if you pretend to be colorblind, then you've got a problem dealing with ethnocentrism, because you haven't even admitted that you're seeing your own worldview differently than someone else's worldview. And so how might you then be sensitive to those differences? The acknowledgement of those differences is key to learning how to sort of bridge some of those gaps. And so I thought that Noelle was right. It's broader than just color. I thought Tessa's points about the fact that just because you see color doesn't mean you're a racist was exactly on point. I think that what was offensive to for example, in the video where the guy kept saying, people ask me where I'm from, he wasn't offended that they noticed he was different, that maybe his coloring was different. What he was offended by is that people felt entitled to ask personal questions. That actually happened to me when I was in Western Ohio, that I was at a gas station. I was dressed formally, and my husband was dressed formally. We were at a gas station, and the woman said, "Where are you from?" It was a small town. And I said, "Well, we have a place over on the lake." And she said, "No, where are you from?" And it was interesting that even though I was trying to act like I was her neighbor, she picked up on something that was unnatural or different in her mind and decided we were from somewhere else. And in fact, she was right. We were from Akron, not a small town in Western Ohio. I also think that it can involve things like age. People make comments to me all the time about people of my age because I have gray hair. And so I understand what it's like for people to act like their view is somehow going to be inconsistent with mine based on the fact that I'm older. It doesn't offend me when people notice I'm older or ask questions about it, but I don't like them making assumptions. I also didn't like that guy in the video making an assumption that the most offensive thing that you would say to a woman would be to ask her age or her weight. Frankly, I'd be much more concerned if someone said, "Are you as stupid as you act?" than suggesting that I might be overweight or that I might be old. So I think he has to work on some of his own ethnocentrism. Well, thanks. I look forward to hearing from the rest of you.